Okay guys, so this is the work I want you to complete by the end of today. You'll get a sheet like this each with some variety of different drawings on, and you've kind of seen this before, but we're going to be doing rendering today, so we're going to be using coloured pencils to try and rather than using the hatching like we did before, we're using the pencils to kind of add a little bit more realism to what we're doing. So on the right hand side here of your page, I need you to first of all write your name, okay, and you need to put the date on. Okay, today's the 7th and it's the 2nd, okay, and this is going to be a rendering. Cool. So just here I want to get my ruler and draw some boxes that these are going to be helping you to kind of get the thing that you want. Alright, so just draw that here. It doesn't matter if it's too perfect. And what I want to do is if I said that this is box number 3, 2, 1, I want to be getting lighter as I go down the page, okay? So I'm going to be using the flat edge of my pencil, and the idea is to get a graduation of colours. So if I have my number 1 down here, which is quite light, that's the kind of colour green that I want to have for my lighter surface. If I move up the page, I want it to get slightly darker, and I'm trying not to scribble, I'm trying to get it as neat as possible so that they're solid colours. And then finally with my green, I want to go a lot darker, and I might go over this a couple times, 2 or 3 times. Okay, and hopefully you can see a graduation of colours going from dark to light. So I need to now select one of my objects that I'm going to do, and I think what I'll start with, something nice and simple, nice and easy. I'll start with this L shape over here. Okay, so where I did my cross hatching before, which was on this right hand side, and I had my single hatching, which was these on the right hand side, sorry, that's left hand side, and on the top where I had my reflection lines, 1 is going to go on the top, 2 is going to go on the right hand side, and 3 is going to go on this left hand side. So I'm going to start really simply, just starting with the number 1 shapes. Okay, nothing too crazy, nice and light. Okay, so you can tell it's green, and then this is going to go slightly darker. You may want to go up and down a few times, and this again is a darker shade. Okay, and again you may want to go up and down. Try not to scribble. Alright, and then finally this last side here is going to be much darker. Try and keep that nice and even. I'm pressing a lot harder now. Get all up around those corners. Okay, and hopefully you can see that actually there's 3 different shades there. So you can go ahead and do that with the rest of these pages. What I would suggest you do is try and mix up the colours a little bit. So if you've done 1, we should really be looking at increasing or enhancing the drawing again. All right, and so what we would do is we've got a couple options. We've got our thick thin line technique, and we've got our hatching and cross hatching. Okay, so I'm just going to apply some reflection lines here as I would before. Okay, and I'm going to then hatch, so I'll try and do this not too slowly for you. I'll try and speed up so you can see what I'm doing. Nice and easy. a bit harder with these longer ones. Okay, and don't forget that this one needs to go up here as well. Try and keep those nice and close together. Okay, and remember this is the darker side, so we're going to try and hatch that, cross hatch that. So again, okay. So what else can we do with this? Well, we can do our thick thin line technique, okay, which is a case of going around the edges a little bit more. Okay, remember, if there's a spider and it goes over the edge and you can't see the spider anymore, then that line goes darker. And if that spider goes from one surface to the other and you can still see it, then that remains thin, okay? So we're just gonna, I mean, it's quite a simple one with this. For here, for example, you might have a different set of darker lines. So I'm just going to fill those in. And remember, on a simple shape like this, it's just going to be around the outside, okay? All right, and then just to really kind of make that stand out slightly more, I'm just going to bring off some lines over to the side here. Okay, now again I could add some reflection lines, sorry, some shadow, just again to kind of give it some depth. Okay, so there we go. You should be able to now kind of complete a similar set of design skills and techniques to the rest of these drawings. Don't forget to put your name on and the date, and I'll see you guys when I get back.